Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United are top of the league after beating Burnley 1-0 at Turf Moor. It was our game in hand. Got to say, it certainly weren't the best of games, but all that matters is we got the win. We've been very, very good away from home in the Premier League this season. We've not yet lost away from home in the Premier League this season. Now, there was a lot of VAR intervention in the first half of the game because of obviously Luke Shaw's foul on Goodmanson. Obviously, Luke Shaw got a yellow card for that. And also, Brady brought down Edison Cavani, and that could have been a sending off. So that wasted around 5 minutes. Harry Maguire had a goal disallowed in the game. I actually think that goal should have stood. It was a very, very good header. I think we was the much better team in the second half. Anthony Martial, he had some good chances in the game, but he didn't convert them. Bruno Fernandes, he also had some chances in the game, didn't convert them. Bruno Fernandes didn't have the best of games tonight. He was quiet. I also thought Marcus Rashford was quiet in the game. I thought Paul Pogba made a fantastic impact. He was very influential. He won good headers. And his passing was very, very good. Paul Pogba had got man of the match. Paul Pogba had scored a goal in the 71st minute. Obviously, it was a deflection off Lawton, I think it was. And Marcus Rashford had got the assist. To Paul Pogba's credit, though, he has done pretty well since he come back from that ankle injury. Well, he was recently injured, but obviously he is now back. Paul Pogba, though, could be leaving the club in the summer. I thought Eric Bailly enjoyed a good game. He made some very, very good blocks. I was surprised that Bailly started because Bailly was a doubt before the game because he recently had a neck injury. He sustained that neck injury in our 1-0 win against Watford in the FA Cup third round. And I definitely prefer him over Victor Lindelof. I think Victor Lindelof is out with injury at the moment. Luke Shaw, he enjoyed a pretty good game. He got forward well. I thought Wan-Bissaka, he was pretty quiet in the game. Edison Cavani, he had some moments here and there. I was actually surprised that Edison Cavani had started. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did say prior to the game that Edison Cavani is ready to go. Obviously, he has now served his 3-match suspension. You know, Solskjaer was talking about Edison Cavani earlier on in the season, saying that he is definitely a starter for Man United. We're looking to extend his contract. And Solskjaer revealed the first thing that Edison Cavani asked him, and that's whether he could wear the number 7 shirt. David De Gea, he didn't really have nothing to do in goal. Obviously, we brought some substitutions on in the game. Obviously, we saw Axel Tuanzebe come on. We saw Scott McTominay come on. And Mason Greenwood come on. So there were the 3 subs that Man United had brought on in the game. By the way, Martial had a very good chance towards the end of the game, but obviously he didn't convert that chance. Burnley did have their moments in the game. Chris Wood had an early chance and he looked dangerous when he got the ball. That Vidra, when he came on, he had a couple of chances, but he didn't convert them. As far as I'm aware, Burnley didn't have a shot on target in the game. Don't forget, me and Luke Shaw collided heads towards the end of the game. So yeah, it's a very good win for Manchester United. Like I said, we have got a good record at Turf Moor. We're beating them at Turf Moor last season 2-0. Like I say, the last time we lost at Turf Moor was back in 2009 when Robbie Blake had scored that goal. It was 1-0. But Burnley did beat us at Old Trafford last season 2-0, and that was their first win at Old Trafford in 58 years. I expected us to beat Burnley anyway, because Burnley are a poor outfit. You know, they were sitting 16th prior to this game. I think they're still sitting 16th now. Their current manager is Sean Dyche. Obviously, there was no Donny van der Beek involved tonight. I think a lot of United fans was not expecting him to start. But despite his lack of opportunities, you know, Donny van der Beek said, you know, he wants to stay at Manchester United and he wants to fight for his place. Don't forget, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer recently said that he has a bright future at Man United and he tips him to emulate Fred and Lindelof by succeeding at the club. Donny van der Beek did start against Watford and he put a very, very good performance out. We got him in a deal worth £40 million. We paid £35 million for him up front and there was £5 million in add-ons. Obviously, Fred played no part tonight either. I actually thought Fred would have been involved in the game. I'm actually surprised that we started Nemanja Matic because he certainly isn't one of our first choice midfielders. And Matic could be possibly leaving the football club in the summer. But Pope tonight made quite a few saves in Burnley's goal. Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's obviously delighted with the win. And he said he's ready for the Liverpool test on Sunday. Is Anthony Martial going to be a doubt though for the game on Sunday? Because I think he sustained a hamstring injury towards the end of the game. But that is going to be a massive game on Sunday. You know, Man United and Liverpool is the biggest game in English football. They are the two most successful teams historically. Now, Liverpool not so long ago beat Aston Villa 4-1 in the FA Cup third round, but they are winless in their last 3 league games. But Anfield is a fortress in the Premier League. Liverpool are unbeaten in 69 Premier League games at Anfield. Obviously, we lost the game at Anfield last season 2-0. It was goals from Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah. Obviously, we lost at Anfield back in December 2018, 3-1. That was actually Jose Mourinho's final game as Manchester United manager. We haven't won at Anfield since 2016, and that game when we beat them in 2016 was a late goal from Wayne Rooney. We enjoyed a good win at Anfield. Was it back in 2015 under Louis van Gaal? Don't forget, Juan Mata scored twice in that game, and we beat them 2-1. But Liverpool will be certainly up for this game. They have got a very, very good manager in Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp has been Liverpool manager now for, almost 6 years. Liverpool is the third club in his managerial career. Now, obviously, before he was at Liverpool, he was at Borussia Dortmund. He won a few trophies with them. And before he was at Borussia Dortmund, he was at Mainz 05. Jurgen Klopp so far has won 4 trophies at Liverpool. Last season, he won the Premier League. That was Liverpool's first title in 30 years. He won the FIFA Club World Cup and he also won the Super Cup. And the season before, he won the Champions League. Liverpool have won the Champions League 6 times. Haven't they? Jurgen Klopp is one of the best managers you can say that Liverpool have had. Obviously, before they had Jurgen Klopp, they had Brendan Rodgers. You can say Liverpool enjoyed a good season under him. Before, I think they had Roy Hodgson. Probably Roy Hodgson's one of the worst managers they've had. At one point, they had Kenny Dalglish. Don't forget, they also had Rafa Benitez. They won the Champions League under his guidance. They also had Gerard Houllier before, a while ago now. Don't forget, he died quite a few weeks ago. And they had the likes of Bill Shankly and Bob Paisley, didn't they, did Liverpool. By the way, I think last season Klopp extended his contract with Liverpool until 2024. But yeah, Liverpool have got a very, very good team. You know, they like to play expansive football, they like to press, they like to create chances, and they also like to score a lot of goals. Obviously, you know, Mohamed Salah's a world-class player, but he hasn't been that clinical in some games this season. Sadio Mane, he's a very, very good player as well. Shows good attacking intent and he scores good goals. They've obviously got Firmino, who's also a good player. They've got Diego Jota, and he's made an impact for Liverpool since he joined them. You know, Liverpool got Diego Jota last summer from Wolves. He's currently out with injury at the moment. They've got Dico Origi. Now, Origi's good, but he's obviously their backup striker. Liverpool could sell him in the summer. They've also got Shaqiri. I think Liverpool could also sell him in the summer. He makes an impact from the substitutes bench. Jordan Henson's a good player, but he's certainly not world class. Jorginho Wijnaldum's a good player for Liverpool. I think he could be leaving them in the summer. Barcelona want him. Liverpool have also got Thiago. They got him last summer from Bayern Munich. Don't forget, Man United were in for him. Liverpool have also got Naby Keita, but obviously he's not one of their first choice midfielders. He's currently out with injury at the moment. They got him from RB Leipzig a few years ago. They've got James Milner. He's really aging up now. I think he'll probably leave Liverpool some point this season. Will he retire or will he go to another club? Could he go to Leeds? They've also got Fabinho, who I think is a very, very good player as well. Predominantly a holding midfielder, but can also play as a centre-half. Liverpool have got 2 fantastic full-backs in Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andrew Robertson. They've got the best centre-half in the world in Virgil van Dijk. He's the second most expensive centre-half in the world because Liverpool paid £75 million for him. He's out for the season with injury, so he won't be available for Sunday. Liverpool have also got Joe Gomez, one of their first choice centre-halves, but he's out with injury, I think, till the end of the season. They've also...
You put my trainers on.
Did I?
Yeah.
By mistake?
Yeah.
Liverpool have also got Matip, but he's also injury prone. He's currently out with injury at the moment, but could be back for Sunday. And they've also got a very, very good goalkeeper in Allenton. Probably at this present time, he is the best goalkeeper in the world. Don't forget, last year Liverpool let quite a few players go. They obviously let Nathaniel Klein go. They let Dejan Lovren go. They let Adam Lallana go. They let Trivella go. They let Harry Wilson go out on loan to Cardiff. They also let that Hoover go as well. So yeah, I am really, really looking forward to the game. After Liverpool, we have got Fulham. And then obviously we've got Liverpool in the FA Cup 4th round. So we do play Liverpool twice in a week. But yeah, like I say, prior to this game against Burnley, like I updated you on, Solskjaer warned Man United to stay humble. Didn't they? And yeah, we are certainly in this title race now. But Solskjaer has been saying that we're not in the title races yet, but that's just him playing mind games. Don't forget, he did say after the 1-0 win against Wolves, he said we're not in the title race, but he said if we are still challenging at the top come March, he'll start to believe that we are in the title race. We could win it this season, but I'm still sceptical that we'll win it. But if we do, it will be our first Premier League title since 2013, and it will be our 21st title overall. I think a lot of Man United fans are now Ollie in. Obviously, earlier on in the season, there were a lot of Man United fans that was Ollie out. Certainly earlier on in the season, I was Ollie out, of how inconsistent we was, and I was very, very critical of him. But how good we have been in recent months, I've started to slowly change my perception on him. And you can say, that he's bringing the good times back to Manchester United. And putting the stats into circulation now, you can say he's the best manager we've had since Ferguson. Certainly a much better manager than David Moyes was. David Moyes is the worst manager we've actually ever had. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, there's 3 trophies that we can pursue this season. We can win the Premier League, we can win the FA Cup, and we can win the Europa League. But Real Sociedad is going to be a tough game next month because Real Sociedad have been doing very, very well in the La Liga. It's very imperative that we get our first trophy on the board under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We haven't won a trophy for just over 4 years now. But I've already said to you what would represent a good season for us, and that would be to finish in the top 4, the top 3, and win a trophy. But it would be absolutely remarkable if we won the Premier League title. You know what I mean? We've got to give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a lot of credit. Like I say, he's now got us top of the Premier League table. I think for the first time in 8 years after January. He got us to the EFL Cup semi-final. Obviously, we didn't win. We lost to Man City 2-0. You've got to credit him for what he did last season in his first full season at the club. He got us qualification for the Champions League, got us third, and he guided us to 3 semi-finals. Like I said to you, we have missed out on quite a few players since Solskjaer came in, but he has still made good signings since he got appointed in as Man United manager. He spent over £200 million at the football club. Now, in the summer of 2019, he brought Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January of last year, he brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odi Nagala in on loan. And in the summer transfer window of last year, he brought Donny van der Beek in, Edison Cavani, Alex Telles, Facundo Pellistri and Amad Diallo Traore. And he has got rid of quite a bit of the deadwood since he got recommended in. And by the way, we are now unbeaten in our last 11 Premier League games. So there's definitely positives to take. And like I say, Solskjaer is not a manager at the top level, but he could possibly emulate into a top level manager. Man United is the third club in his managerial career. Before he came to us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. And before he was at Molde, he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was absolutely disastrous. But I didn't think we would have been in this position now. I really, really didn't, especially with how poor we started the season. I thought Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was going to get sacked because he has been under pressure quite a few times as Man United manager. He was lucky not to be sacked after we got knocked out of the Champions League. He was lucky not to be sacked after our 6-1 defeat to Tottenham. He was lucky not to be sacked at the first part of last season. So there you go. But like I say, our board have a soft stance on Solskjaer because he is a club legend. But disregarding being a club legend, I think our board would be a lot more ruthless on him. Obviously we want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to succeed as Man United manager. Reflecting now on he's been at the club, he has learnt quite a bit, but there's still a few things he has got to learn on the job. Can he emulate into the next Jurgen Klopp? Because look at Jurgen Klopp, he didn't settle in straight away at Liverpool. His record after his first, 29 games was disastrous. But then all of a sudden, he turned it around, did Klopp. He got rid of the deadwood that Liverpool needed to get rid of. And obviously, he recommended good players, and he's got Liverpool playing really, really well. Like I say, Klopp's been at Liverpool over 5 years. Solskjaer's been at Man United just over 2 years. Solskjaer will still be Man United manager at the end of this season, and he'll certainly be given at least another season at the club. And if he is, that will be his third full season at Manchester United. But even when we have been inconsistent under Solskjaer, he's partly to blame. He was partly to blame, but not all of the blame stemmed from him. You know what I mean? Now, like Solskjaer has said, it's unlikely that we'll make any signings in this January transfer window. It's just under 3 weeks now until the January transfer window shuts. But Solskjaer's still hopeful we can get a deal or two done. This is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as Manchester United manager. Like I said, there has been a lot of players on our agenda. Earlier on today, I give you the news on Sergio Ramos from Real Madrid. Now it's saying that Man United are preparing to offer him a 2-year contract. We're thinking about signing him on a free transfer in the summer when his contract expires, and Dimitar Berbatov has urged us to sign Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos is 34 years of age, so we'd only get him short term anyway if we got him in. He's been at Real Madrid for around 16 years now. He's scored 100 goals in 666 appearances in all competitions, and he's won 22 major honours at Real Madrid. Real Madrid did get him from Sevilla back in 2005. They paid around 27 million euros for him. Ramos is a centre-half, but earlier in his career, he was a right-back. And I think Sergio Ramos would go very, very well alongside Harry Maguire in our back line. Wouldn't it? Now, you obviously know the news on Dayot Upamecano from RB Leipzig. I gave you the news on him a couple of days ago. Oliver Mitzlaff, who's the RB Leipzig CEO, he said RB Leipzig are willing to listen to offers for Dayot Upamecano, and he says we will sell our top performers again if that makes financial sense. Now we know Upamecano is available for around £39 million at the end of the season, because that's when his release clause does become active. But quite a few clubs have been interested in him. Now, you know the news on Max Aarons. More news is updated on him recently. You know the news on Jack Grealish. You know the news on Jadon Sancho. Don't forget he recently made an admission saying he's enjoyed a difficult season at Dortmund, but he's happy to be among the goals. Don't forget Sancho last summer was our number one priority target. And you know the news on Erling Haaland. We are certainly going to get rid of players this year, so we're going to focus on the outgoings as well as the incomings. Solskjaer recently held talks with 6 players that he's going to get rid of. By the way, I want to give you some news on Timothy Fosu-Mensah. He's recently flown out to Germany ahead of a move to Bayer Leverkusen. I think we've sold Fosu-Mensah for just over £1 million. I think we've sold him for is it 1.5 or 1.6 million, but Solskjaer did confirm that he was allowed to leave. Ollie's also confirmed that Sergio Romero and Marcus Rojo are free to leave in this January transfer window because their contracts won't be extended. Will Jones leave in this January transfer window? Will Lingard leave in this January transfer window? Odin Igalo, his loan expires at the end of this month. We're expecting him to leave. There's obviously been rumours of Daniel James going out on loan. And obviously there's been rumours of Brandon Williams going out on loan. And I think we'll get rid of more players in the summer. But Woodward did promise that he will back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in this January transfer window. Woodward actually did say though last year he will back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with a long-term plan centred around summer transfer windows. You know, the board has been one of the biggest problems at the club for several years. And I also said to you earlier on, didn't I, that our players have proved the board and Woodward right over Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And, you know, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got appointed in as Man United manager, I did say, didn't I, he was inheriting a lot of deadwood. He's still inheriting some deadwood now. The vast majority of this team is Jose Mourinho's. We appointed Solskjaer in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. Obviously came in as temporary boss at the first, did well in that 3-month period when he was temporary boss. And reflects on that, he got the job permanently. He's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. He did sign a 3-year deal at the time, but now he's more than halfway through his 3-year deal. So there you go. On my next video, I will be giving you my player ratings from this 1-0 win against Burnley. So join me for that. And your Liverpool Man United preview will be coming up either Thursday night or Friday. So anyway, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.